What's the first title that comes to mind when you think of PlayStation? Go ahead, reply in the comments right now before I say anything else. No cheaters. Could it be God of War, The Last of Us, Final Fantasy, Bloodborne, Crash Bandicoot? The list goes on and on. For years, Sony has knocked it out of the park on single-player, story-driven epics and grabbed a hold of many gamers due to can't-miss exclusives. Well, if you're looking to delve into the vast backlog a bit or even find something new, you've come to the right place. Today, we'll go over some of the best PlayStation grabs you can pick up at a discount, and we'll even throw some links down in the description to make your life as easy as possible. Please note, just because they're on deal right now does not mean they will be on deal in the future times when you might be watching this, and also, if you happen to make a purchase through any of our links, Slickdeals may receive a commission. Let's start off with some of the bigger AAA titles that you can pick up on deal right now. The Last of Us. This epic tale of Joel and Ellie journeying across a post-apocalyptic United States, trying their best to stay alive and avoid the cannibalistic cordyceps fungus infected once humans that remain. It's an incredibly well-acted, moving story that you do not want to miss. Definitely not for kids though, rated M for mature, for sure. Both The Last of Us Remastered and the sequel, The Last of Us 2, are available at a steal right now. And considering the TV series based on the franchise is coming to HBO Max next year, it's the perfect time to wipe out some infected. God of War is another fantastic Sony franchise wherein you play as Kratos, a Spartan warrior later turned God of War with a troubled backstory. Let's leave it at that, no spoilers. There have been many titles in this action-adventure franchise, but right now, you can nab either God of War 3 Remastered for a bit of a nostalgia trip, and the more recent God of War Digital Deluxe Edition on sale, maybe to help you get ready for the upcoming God of War Ragnarok? How about Uncharted? Published by Sony Interactive and developed by Naughty Dog, the Uncharted franchise follows a group of treasure hunters, incorporates a bit of fantasy, folklore, and actual historical figures and events. Right now, you can nab Uncharted The Nathan Drake Collection on deal and follow the main series protagonist, Nathan Drake, through third-person combat, puzzles, platforming, exploration. It's a good time. But don't just take my word for it. The series has often been praised for its high production value with comparisons to major action-adventure motion pictures. Funny because we now have an actual Uncharted movie starring Tom Holland and it's nowhere near as acclaimed as the games. Yeah, video game movies. I digress. Also good to note, the Legacy of Thieves collection, which is made up of game 4 and 4.5, came out on PS5 Remastered earlier this year. If you own the previous games, you can upgrade for only $10. The Horizon games, my loves. If you haven't gotten to play Horizon Zero Dawn, do yourself a favor and grab it now while the complete edition is on sale. A fantastic open world RPG full of mechanized creatures and a massive story are just waiting to unfold, centered around a young hunter outcast named Aloy. The combat is very specific and satisfying, and there are many secrets to unfold as you go along the journey. The complete edition includes the full Horizon Zero Dawn game, Frozen Wilds expansion, digital art, and more. And if you have plans to play Horizon Forbidden West, the recently launched sequel that's getting rave reviews, and will most likely be a Game of the Year contender, you should really play Zero Dawn first, as the games are heavily story-based. Speaking of satisfying combat, Bloodborne is a dark and gripping action RPG where you hunt your nightmares in search of answers in the ancient city of Yharnam. Procedurally generated dungeons, a horror-filled gothic city to explore, and some rather unique weapons to help you take down nightmarish creatures. If you are a fan of From Software titles, maybe recently coming from Elden Ring, this is one you won't want to miss. These next few titles, while not exclusive to Sony, are absolute bangers that play beautifully on PlayStation consoles. The Far Cry franchise from Ubisoft is a thought-provoking first-person shooter series with a new setting and cast of characters in each installment. The most recent installment, Far Cry 6, allows you to play as a local Yaren using over-the-top guerrilla tactics and weaponry to liberate your nation from the chillingly ruthless Presidente Anton Castillo, brilliantly acted by Giancarlo Esposito. If you've missed out on the latest installment, lucky for you, Far Cry 6 is available at a fairly steep discount right now. Also, this is Chorizo the dog, and he is a stealth companion, and I love him. While not as recent, but still very kick-ass, quite literally, Mortal Kombat 11 released in 2019 from NetherRealm Studios and WB Interactive, and is the 11th main installment in the Mortal Kombat series. It's a 2.5D fighting game with new gameplay features like fatal blows and crushing blows and a new flawless block mechanic if you can master the timing. I'm not a huge fan of the microtransactions in Mortal Kombat 11 personally, but the story and graphics are solid, and if you're a fan of the series, get it at the deal price if you can. Another fighting game on deal right now is Injustice: Gods Among Us Ultimate Edition. I adore the Injustice games. Based on the DC universe, the Injustice series pits DC characters and other third-party franchises against each other in one-on-one combat. The combos and animations are fun, and one may even argue the first Injustice single-handedly made Aquaman cool again. The super moves are over the top, and you can smash opponents from one fighting arena into the next with the right button press. It's a good time, and right now you can save some money on Injustice that you can maybe use for a fight stick to go with it. Sometimes there are certain titles that for whatever reason you just miss out on but wish you hadn't. Right now, two of those titles that I'd love to recommend are Control and Dark Pictures Anthology. Control is a fantastic action-adventure game from Remedy and 505 that has won Game of the Year from many outlets upon its release in 2019. You play as Jesse Faden, the unexpected new director of the Federal Bureau of Control, trying to simultaneously defeat a deadly paranormal entity known as the Hiss while figuring out what the FBC has done to your brother all those years ago. Incorporating real-life unexplained / potentially paranormal or otherworldly reports within the world make this a must for those who love X-Files type content. Plus, the game is gorgeous and the shooter telekinetic hybrid gameplay is satisfying as heck. Plus, it shares a fictional universe with Alan Wake. Control is so good! It's so good, and the Ultimate Edition is on sale right now. Dark Pictures Anthology is a multi-part series from Supermassive Games and Bandai Namco, which, in my opinion, gets better with each installment. All 3 currently released installments are on deal at the moment and are all horror-themed, with branching narratives based on player choices. And the games are linked via the mysterious narrator known as the Curator. If you were a fan of Until Dawn, you will definitely want to check these out. Some oldies but goodies on sale include Batman Arkham Collection, which combines the genius of Rocksteady's Arkham trilogy into one bundle. You get to be the Bat with all his gadgets, vehicles, abilities, and face off against some of the most dangerous Gotham villains around. The first 2 installments, Arkham Asylum and Arkham City, are widely considered some of the best titles of the last console generation, so grab all 3 while you can. Another oldie but goodie bundle on sale from a series that's basically synonymous with PlayStation, or at least used to be, is the Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy, which remasters the OG Crash Bandicoot, Cortex Strikes Back, and Warped, originally developed by Naughty Dog. Why not save a bit while guiding Crash Bandicoot spinning and jumping through various levels to defeat Dr. Neo Cortex? The Insane Trilogy adds a few new features like unified checkpoints, pausing and saving functions, time trials, and the ability to play as Crash's sister Coco, as well as some remastered cutscenes. These are just a few of the titles on sale right now on PlayStation, but buying games outright isn't the only way to get access to games if you want to play without spending loads of cash. Options to get your game on other than buying titles outright include free-to-play titles like Fortnite, Smite, Genshin Impact, Destiny 2, and Apex Legends, or Sony's subscription services like PS Plus, which gives you access to even better deals, online gaming, and a few free titles each month that you can play as long as you stay subscribed. Right now, Slay the Spire is one of those titles, and that game is chef's kiss if you like roguelike deck builders. There's also PS Now, which offers access to a library of PS2 through 4 games on either PS4 or PS5 or PC. But that's not really owning any titles. I should also mention that Sony's 2 subscription services are merging soon. The same offerings will be packaged slightly differently and under the PS Plus moniker. So what game is in your PlayStation backlog that you're dying to play soon? For me, it's gotta be revisiting Civ 6 and finishing out all the OG Marvel's Spider-Man DLCs. After finishing Forbidden West, of course. All right, take care everyone. Happy deal hunting.